Hi everybody,
Hello.
I am Super Breakfast Friends Club and welcome to my show.
Welcome to our show, Mike.
I don't know. How you doing, Mel?
I am here.
You ham here.
No, the ham is over there.
This is a no ham zone.
Why?
Because I decreed
Why are we keeping kosher all of a sudden?
No, the ham just doesn't go here. You take it over there. To the designated marked area.
The ham zone?
The ham zone.
I was on my way over there before you rudely interrupted me, claiming to be the Super Breakfast Friends show.
Play the theme song.
Supernatural things, magic and sorcery, they're back. From out of the gloom stalk your worst nightmares. Ghouls, zombies, werewolves, vampires. You can't be sure what lurks out there in the darkness of night.
We're the DarkStalkers!
Chiron, intergalactic collector of planets, wants the Earth, and he's going to get it, even if he has to wake the undead. He summons Dimitri, Lord of the Vampires, to launch a reign of terror, to release a plague of monsters and bring humans to their knees. But other night warriors are on the prowl. Monstrous, awesome contenders with bizarre fighting powers. Immortal creatures locked in battle to decide the fate of the world. It's enough to make your blood run cold.
Is this episode show about DarkStalkers?
Yeah. Why are we here?
I forgot how dumb the opening was.
It's just a big exposition dump, like all the old cartoons.
Yeah, all the worst ones.
True.
Did I hear you begin to ask why I darkened your doorstep with this show again?
Why you've darkened my stalker?
I had a migraine this week, which is why I'm still a little bit loopy. But that's why we aren't recording on our normal recording day, because I was too sick. So I needed something that wasn't going to be too much, you know?
And then you picked this.
I didn't want to do too much research. So I went into our playlists, and I went and saw which show already has a playlist that has not been updated in the longest. And it was this.
Wow, I felt like we did this sooner, but clearly not.
Yeah, I guess not. I was surprised, but yeah, apparently this is the longest we've gone without updating an existing playlist, so.
Maybe it just lives in my head because it's so dumb.
Maybe. There was a little bit of confusion about which the third episode was. Because on Wikipedia, this episode and the fourth episode are switched. But according to everywhere else, this is the third episode.
Okay.
And it's also the third one that aired as well. So
that's good enough.
I'm going to say this is episode 3 and Wikipedia has it wrong.
I'm inclined to agree.
It's called Pyramid Power. And it was written by Douglas Booth, whose work we've seen before, because he wrote the Super Mario Bros. 3 episode, The Beauty of Cootie.
Oh no.
I forget which one that was.
Yeah, no, I don't know either, but just the fact that it's the Super Mario Bros. 3 show doesn't bode well.
Okay, it's the last one we watched, where she got turned into a human and then Luigi got turned into a sexy Koopa man.
Right, where Luigi went to Smooch Town all over her?
Yeah.
Weird.
Yeah.
And her head came off that one time?
Her head did come off, but I don't think we can blame that on Doug.
No.
He probably didn't write that into the script.
I don't think he was also animating.
I would love it though if we got a hold of the script and in the stage directions it's like, Cootie turns, but don't move her head. Just her body.
Cootie turns, but her head comes off. This will never be addressed. This is just for me.
So this episode aired on October 21st, 1995, during Spooky Month.
This is like the least spooky episode we've seen thus far.
You think? I don't know if any of this show's been particularly spooky.
True, but like...
The opening
crazy
sequence
old
assures
mummy?
us it is, but...
Yeah. But this is a mummy who's lost his goddamn marbles and has a crush on every fish man.
Yes, that definitely stood out to me too.
I loved it.
It was very good, but very strange.
It was extremely strange. I don't know why it's in the show, but I'm glad that it somehow survived. Like, nobody looked at it and was like, bisexual mummy, maybe not.
So we open the show with Morrigan in some kind of like old house. I guess we're to believe she's on the moors of Scotland.
Why is she doing witch things? She's a succubus.
I'm going to be honest. I don't think they knew what a succubus was.
Or like, there's no way you can animate that in a children's show, I guess. I mean, she turns into a fish woman to seduce a fishman.
That's true. But right now she's just doing magic spells with witch ingredients.
And like a big cauldron, it's some real witch shit.
Yeah. I also forgot how bad her Scottish accent is.
Toad that under cold stone days and nights hath 31.
It's not good.
Did we establish that she was Scottish in the games? I can't remember.
I don't know. This is the longest ago show that we've updated. You expect me to remember a fact?
Not really. Okay, she is Scottish in the games. Okay. So I do feel like that, like, although it's a bad Scottish accent, the fact that they tried at all, I think I'll give them points for.
Yeah. It's lore accurate.
Yeah. Her spell, do you call it spell casting when it's like with a cauldron?
Yeah.
That's still casting? Okay. Her casting gets interrupted by her own alien abduction.
Yeah, there's a lot of alien abduction in this episode.
Yeah. Dimitri is already up here on Pyron's ship, and Pyron wants them to work together in Egypt on something. So he just kind of like abruptly beams them down to Anakaris.
Yeah, he's like, I know you guys aren't going to get along, so I'm just going to force you to go and deal with it.
Yeah, and then everybody speaks gibberish to each other.
Because Anakaris has lost his GD mind.
Did Anakaris say something about burping into somebody's butt?
I don't remember.
I think he did.
I'm going to have to find it. I had a hard time understanding him at first. His accent is thick.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm watching it. Let me see. Yeah, the hippopotamus of happiness, belch in your bottom.
May the hippopotamus of happiness belch in your bottom.
May your royal nose putrefy and fall into your soup.
Can we start saying that to people?
We can, but they'll probably look at us the same way these two look at this crazy mummy.
My favorite part about this scene was that as Dimitri and Morrigan beam in, they forgot to fade Dimitri into the shot. So he's just already standing there. And then
Yeah.
Morrigan fades in next to him.
He got there first
It's very
because he
funny.
knows how to handle him.
Yeah, Anakaris, we talked about this in the first episode, I think, because Anakaris had a small role there, but he's completely different in the show than he is in the games. He's not crazy in the games.
Okay.
I also don't think he's a villain. It seems like I don't know a lot about the games, but from my reading about him, it seems like his main concern is protecting his people in the
Right.
games. Whereas here, he's just kind of crazy.
Yeah, to be fair, I don't know that he's a villain. He's just kind of here.
Well, I don't know. He seems to be like a villain's villain. He's against everybody.
All he wants is his hot wife to come back.
Oh, we'll get to that. Apparently, he had a gem of power before he went crazy, and Pyron wants it. So Morrigan asks him if he remembers what it was like before he lost his marbles. And then some stuff happens that I could not pass. I went back and I rewatched the scene several times, and I couldn't pass it. And if we were watching it on TV, it would be even worse because the ad break happens here. So then you've got like a couple minutes of being like, what the hell just happened?
Oh, that's good.
So stuff glows green. The characters all glow green. Then a bunch of new furniture appears. A man enters and says hello, and then we see a buff pharaoh. And none of that's explained. I didn't pass any of it. Apparently they've gone to the past, but it sure didn't explain that in any way.
Yeah, no, they come out and tell us what we've just seen because it's unclear. It's confusing because it looks like he's using powers that the Gem of Power later gives him, but he doesn't have a Gem of... Well, does he?
No, he doesn't have it yet. Right,
because I thought there were like 2 gems at some point, and he's like, I'm going to give this one to my wife, and I have this one. It's not done well. It's not clear. He uses his crazy pharaoh powers, and they go back in time for some reason.
Yeah, he remembers the past, and then he goes there. Just like me and McDonald's.
I think you're going to have to expand on that a little.
I remember McDonald's, and then I go there.
Okay.
What wasn't clear about that?
It had nothing to do with time travel.
No. Well, time passes.
On my way to McDonald's.
Yeah. But in the normal forward direction.
Slowly and agonizingly.
So they're in the past. It's unclear whether they're just witnessing the past or if they're actually there. They say they're actually there, but I don't think anyone reacts to them.
Yeah, they don't have any influence on the past. They're just watching the events unfold, so I don't understand why it couldn't just be like a vivid flashback.
Yeah. The buff pharaoh that we saw is Anakaris from the past, and he's meeting an ambassador from Atlantis.
Who has brought a single fish.
And they get into a fight because apparently Anakaris' wife ran off with a fish man.
A sexy, sexy fish man.
Yeah, Anakaris is so confused by how hot the fish man is. And he keeps mentioning it. Every time he's like, you stole my wife, but you're very attractive. But you stole my wife.
Even though you are curiously attractive for a scaly freak, you will be pan-fried at dawn.
I can't blame her. I would have done the same thing, but you shouldn't have done it.
Suddenly it's the future a little bit, and the fishmen are on top of the pyramid stealing Anakaris' magic gem. So they're like the bad guys, right? I'm unclear.
I guess they stole the gem so that he couldn't go to war against Atlantis.
Oh, maybe. Yeah, he'd already declared war on them for the wife stealing thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, maybe.
It's not very clear.
All we know is that the fish people took the gem. So our heroes go back to the present and decide that Rikuo must know where the crystal is. They do. I realize why we were confused about his name, because his name is Rikuo.
But they call him Riku most of the time.
They always call him Riku, yeah, in this show.
I thought Morrigan called him Rikuo once, and then everyone else called him Riku the entire rest of the episode.
Okay. Because, yeah, last time we talked about him, I don't think it was even in a Darkstalkers episode. He came up in something else for some reason. And we had some confusion about what his name was.
Yeah.
But it is Rikuo. I checked. I even looked up the Japanese spelling. He's not called Rikuo in Japanese.
Right.
But he was supposed to be.
That's weird.
Yeah, he was named Rikuo in Japan. But before the game came out, they changed his name to something else. I forget what. But they kept it as Rikuo for us for some reason.
But then they changed a bunch of the other characters.
I don't know. I don't know the deal. I think most of them are the same, aren't they?
I guess I'm thinking of later Darkstalkers characters, not the first roster.
Yeah, we haven't seen any characters from outside of the first game yet in this show, I don't think. Have we?
Yeah. No, I don't think so.
I know some of them are in it.
I also just don't really know Darkstalkers characters very well.
I know there's the, what are they called? The, like, hopping zombies.
Zhangxi?
Yes. The character that's one of those is from the second game, and she's in this show at some point. Oh, wait, Donovan Bane. Okay, Donovan Bane's from the second game. We've seen him.
I totally forgot about that.
Yeah, the second episode was all about him, right?
That was like 2 years ago.
I know.
What's his deal? What did he do?
I don't remember. I don't remember anything about him. I don't think he was very interesting to me.
We're gonna have to go back and watch our own show. It's never gonna happen.
Rikuo is in the ocean hanging out when a sexy Atlantis lady shows up to do a seduce upon him.
It's clearly Morrigan.
I know, it was immediately apparent, right?
But you know what? I appreciate that they just made him the dumbest himbo.
He is so stupid, yeah. She introduces herself as Delphine. She's really weird, but he immediately falls for it and goes to show her the cool gem his people stole from Egypt.
We've just met, but I love you. Here's the source of power that my family has kept hidden in secret for generations.
Because I'm pretty sure, isn't he supposed to be the last one? Isn't he like the last survivor of his people?
I guess that makes sense.
So if he did meet a sexy lady of his kind, he probably would just be like, oh my god, immediately, let's marry.
I guess that makes sense, but you know...
You're the only woman I've ever seen in my life.
I think it's the end of the fish people, but at least you got a fish wife.
They could get like one more generation out of it.
Yeah, but it's not going far beyond that.
No, but it at least means that like the burden of being the last of his kind is off him and onto his kids.
Right, give that to your children. Daddy's gonna die now. Have fun being the last of our people. Don't fuck your sister.
Delphine tells Pyron to beam them up once he has the gem. And now we go to Harry's house. Remember Harry?
I hate that guy. He sucks.
Really annoying.
He looks like he's 20 and sounds like he's 12.
He and Felicia are playing Scrabble when she tells him something bad happened to Rikuo, but she doesn't know what. How does she know?
Cat powers?
Is that like... Does she just always know what's happening to every Darkstalker?
Maybe.
She just closes her eyes for a second and she's like, something bad just happened to Rikuo, by the way.
Anyway,
how many points is a Q worth? Harry's mum comes into the room to ask if he has the news on. Why would he? Why would he have the news on?
Because he's a weird freak child?
I'm gonna, look, if my mom came into my room when I was a kid and said, do you have the news on? I'd be like, what is wrong? Mom, are you okay? Are you feeling well?
I'm playing Scrabble with my pet cat. Why would I have the news on?
She needs to use his TV to watch the news because she can't find her TV remote.
If only there was some other way.
Right, I had this thought. So, like, back then, TV remotes, you know, they were around. I feel like everybody didn't have one. But I never encountered a TV that you could only control with the remote in those days. Now it's pretty common. But back then, like, every TV I ever came across also had all the buttons on the thing.
Yeah, in a make sense kind of way.
Yeah, they kind of should still have that, in my opinion, but...
I agree 100%.
She's on the phone with her editor because I guess she works for like a newspaper or a TV channel or something. Was it
She
clear?
works for the National Enquirer.
Is that a real thing?
Yeah. Or like whatever fake version of the Enquirer they have. I don't remember.
Oh, yeah. An American tabloid newspaper. See, it's American, so I don't really know it.
Oh, it's infamous enough. I assumed everybody knew about the Enquirer.
What is it, like the Daily Mail for America or something?
If by that you mean tabloid journalism, full of like just completely made up headlines.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I meant.
Okay.
Harry's mom is played by Kathleen Barr, who I know as the voice of Dot in Reboot.
So this is the first time we've seen her?
Yeah.
Okay.
This is the first time we've seen her. We maybe heard her voice in the first episode, but I didn't think it was important enough to talk about, I guess.
Okay.
But we definitely haven't seen her before now.
I just think it's wild that our introduction to her is her busting in and telling us that she works for the National Enquirer.
That's everything you need to know about her.
It sure is.
It seems to me that she exists as an excuse for Harry to go to other countries.
Yeah, That does seem to be the case.
Even though, didn't he already get on a plane to another country with his cat girl in another episode?
Yeah, they definitely went to England and, like, found Merlin.
Oh yeah, that's right. Was there... I forget if there was, like, any explanation for that or if it just happened.
I don't remember.
Anyway, she was also the voice of Kevin in Ed, Ed and Eddie.
Weird.
She played Trixie, Lulamoon, and Queen Chrysalis in My Little Pony. And she was the voice of Frogger in the 2000s Frogger games.
I didn't realize he talked.
Yeah, there was a little period where Frogger... They tried to, like, make Frogger an actual cartoon mascot.
They tried to make him the new Spyro.
Yeah, kinda. Now, let me see if I can find any pictures of that Frogger. Here he is.
He looks like the Leapster Frog.
Yeah, there was a lot of... They made a whole bunch of games. They gave him, like, a whole supporting cast and stuff. Shame that there was never a Frogger cartoon about this. Would have been interesting.
Instead of whatever crap we actually got.
Yeah, I kind of like the art of the 2000s Frogger. I don't know that Frogger was the right vehicle for this kind of thing, but whoever they had doing the art, I thought was pretty good. I liked the look of it.
Yeah.
Anyway, where were we? Oh, they turn on the news. They see a flying pyramid, and Mom says she's on her way to Egypt. I felt like she was kind of like already too late. Do they not have someone in Egypt already, like a correspondent?
I thought they did, because, like, when he turns on the TV, it's a news broadcast, right?
Right.
Is somebody already there?
But presumably that's not, like, her company.
I thought she said that, I don't know, maybe I just misunderstood, because at this point, it's not clear that she also works for the Inquirer, so maybe I just misunderstood what was being said.
Maybe everyone did, including her. Anyway, Harry says that he'll go to Egypt with her as long as he can bring his cat.
Right. What a weird freak.
I do like... We never saw any point where he was like, Mom, can I keep this cat? But we have established, like, yeah, that's just his cat.
Yeah.
He owns the sexy girl.
This grown woman now belongs to this tiny child.
Because, yeah, I guess we didn't mention it, but when Harry's mom enters the room, Felicia turns into a cat. Again.
Yeah, she can't let the people know that she's a sexy cat lady.
No. Harry's mom would probably not be best thrilled to find out that there's a sexy adult woman, mostly naked, hanging out in her son's room all the time.
Honestly, I don't think she would care. I think that she would see it as a scoop for the Inquirer.
Maybe.
Like, you remember the Bat Boy? Now it's the Cat Girl.
The Bat Boy?
Yeah.
I don't remember that.
From actual history?
No.
How do you not know about the Bat Boy?
I don't know about the Bat Boy. Stop saying it.
Wrong with you?
His name's Robin.
No, it's not.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Yeah, the Bat Boy.
A fictional creature who made numerous appearances in the American supermarket tabloid Weekly World News, beginning with a front page story in 1992. The character became a pop culture icon. No, I don't know about this.
Wow.
In 1997, the story of Batboy was turned into an off-Broadway musical.
And you don't even know who Batboy is.
Nope, no idea. What is Weekly World News?
Tabloid?
Okay, so it's a comedy newspaper. One of the headlines I found is Termites Eat the Eiffel Tower. Anyway, I'm going to check that out later. We see a bunch of archaeologists getting interrupted by a flying pyramid, and Pyron's ship comes down too. They've got Rikuo captured on the ship, and they tell him they want his gem.
They do a bad job at it.
So there's another part where I didn't understand what was happening. Rikuo demands that he and Delphine get sent back to Atlantis, and then he walks over and just like holds hands with Dimitri for some reason, and they get teleported somewhere.
I thought Dimitri like grabbed his hand to like so he would go with them and make sure that he still got the power gem.
I remember it as Rikuo being the one who grabbed Dimitri's hand, but it didn't look like they were in any kind of like struggle. It was just like they were holding hands peacefully.
You don't actually see anybody grab a hand. The scene just cuts over and they're already holding hands.
But they don't. It doesn't look like it's a part of any kind of struggle, right? They're just casually holding hands.
Peacefully holding hands. I guess I just assumed that Dimitri grabbed him so he would also get teleported down. Because it's the only thing that made sense.
Well, yeah. I guess I wasn't looking for a thing that made sense.
Well, now that I'm looking at it, it doesn't look like they're holding hands at all. They're just overlapping.
Oh, yeah. When you see it paused like that, but when I saw it...
Yeah, it's only on screen for a second or two.
It definitely looked like they were holding hands, yeah.
It does look like they're holding hands.
Anyway, everybody gets teleported to the pyramid, where Rikuo fights Anakaris a bit over the gem, and Anakaris wins. And Anakaris thinks Rikuo is hot too.
For a fishman, you are strangely attractive.
He likes the fishmen. He knows what he likes. He has a type.
Anakaris can't remember the magic words to activate the gem, because he's crazy.
Yeah, but Rikuo's fish ancestors changed the password, and you don't know it.
Oh, we'll get to that in a minute. But right now, we've got to go back to Harry's mom, who can't get near the pyramid because of a freak sandstorm. So she says she'll just make up a story.
Yeah. Travel thousands and thousands of miles just to bullshit something.
She's a bad journalist.
Or is she a great journalist?
I just love this, like, she's the parent of our main character, and they're just like, yeah, she's bad at what she does, and she doesn't give a shit.
Yeah. Well, like, it's a tabloid. That's the thing. You don't need to be accurate. You're there to bullshit in the first place.
I guess. I didn't realize that it was a tabloid when I came into it. It does make more sense now. So they're really just shit-talking this tabloid they don't like.
Yeah.
Harry and Felicia go to the pyramid in some ancient Egyptian disguises. And this is where Harry starts, like, he's doing spells. Was he good at magic? I thought he...
No!
Right.
He had, like, just learned that he could do magic in the first place, but apparently he's been doing all of this off-screen studying.
Yeah, because in this episode, he does a whole bunch of spells, and they all work.
Yeah, he has a modicum of control over his magic, but we never actually see him learn.
Because all I remember is that he accidentally started floating and didn't know what was happening.
Yeah, because he's a dumb kid.
I don't remember what happened in the second episode, though. Did he suddenly unlock his magic secrets?
Isn't that when he met Merlin? Maybe Merlin beamed his wizard memories into him.
Maybe. God, what was the deal with Merlin?
I don't know.
I remember there being something that really made me laugh about Merlin. I'm going to have to go and listen to our episode again and remember what happened. So he does his spell and they sink in the quicksand, which takes them to a secret tunnel. I don't know if that's actually what the spell was supposed to do, but it worked.
It's not. He was trying to dispel the sandstorm.
Okay.
So when they go into the secret tunnel, he's like, this is a better option anyway.
And then they get charged by a mummy.
Yeah, this is mostly bones, though.
It just kind of falls apart. Like, Felicia splits into two cat ladies.
Yeah, I didn't know if that was a thing she could do.
I don't know either. I don't know. I don't know a whole lot. Like, when Anakaris was punching and his fists turned into snakes.
I enjoyed that quite a lot.
Yeah, I figured you'd like that. That is a real thing from the game.
Good.
I looked it up. But later on, when he summons a bunch of fists to make a teeny tiny wrestling ring to enclose everybody in, I couldn't find any evidence that was from the game.
He just has fist-based powers.
Anyway, Dimitri threatens to hurt Delphine unless Rikuo gives up the new code word. And he immediately gives in and makes some dolphin noises. Apparently that's the password now.
I love that anytime you have an underwater civilization or like a water-based superhero, they always speak dolphin.
Yeah, of course. And whale.
And whale.
The two main languages of the ocean, dolphin and whale.
Yeah, because that's the two main guys. There's nothing else down there.
They're the only ones worth talking to.
I don't know. I feel like sharks have got some things to say.
Yeah, but they're always mad.
Maybe you can help them get less mad. You can find out what ails them.
Being a shark. Like, you'd be mad too if your entire body was teeth.
Would I?
Yeah, I think so.
I don't know. That sounds pretty cool.
Okay. Well, you can have that. Can be your monkey's paw wish then.
Yes, I want Playcoid scales. I want to shred and rip anything that touches me in the wrong direction.
What about all your plushies?
Well, that's why it's a monkey's paw wish.
Well, at least you're, realistic about it, I guess. So once the code word has been used and the gem has been activated, Delphine reveals herself to be Morrigan. Rikuo still doesn't understand what happened.
Rikuo thinks that Anakaris has done something to her, and we find out later he thinks that he's turned her into a pictograph.
That really made me laugh.
That was a genuinely good joke.
Anakaris suddenly notices Harry and Felicia through a wall.
I was very confused by that scene.
Right, yeah, me too, because just some big eyes appear on the wall, and then he can see them.
Yeah, I thought it was like a weird window that they were looking through.
I was less confused by that than I was by the earlier time travel flashback thing.
See, it's the opposite for me. I had no idea what was going on until he was like actively assaulting them.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
But you were fine with the time travel bit?
Yeah.
Okay.
We're in the past now. What's not to understand?
Well, I understood it after the ad break when they explained it with words, but before
That's
that,
true.
I
When
couldn't
it
parse what
first happened. Yeah.
So Dimitri and Morrigan try to attack him while he's distracted, but he's not distracted, so he traps them and he chains them to the wall along with Rikuo and goes after Harry and Felicia. But I guess because of the way she's dressed.
Yeah, he thinks it's his wife.
Yeah, he mistakes Felicia for his wife, Queen Chaotica, and starts making out with her. Anakaris does have a wife in the games, but her name is Anamaha. And she didn't run away with a fishman. They're still together.
Oh, well, good for them.
Yeah. You can see her in some of his, victory animations or something.
Oh, yeah, I see her.
She's hot.
I mean, that's why he's stealing all these sexy cat women to fill the void that his hot wife left.
Yeah, I guess so. Felicia seems to be into the attention that she's getting from Anakaris. I know he brainwashes her, but even before the brainwashing, she's smiling as he's kissing on her.
She's kind of playing along with it, and then she no longer has the choice.
Yeah, and it's you didn't even need to brainwash her, Anakaris. She was into you.
Yeah, I think she was down to clown.
She was like, let me just get my kid out of the way, and then Morrigan asks Pyron to do something, and I love how he reluctantly does.
Pyron, if you're watching this, and I know you are, do something now!
She's right.
He gets his robot to beam up the gem, but Anakaris fires an I-beam all the way into space.
Yeah, he's got gem powers now. He's super.
He's got the Chaos Emerald.
Yeah, and it shorts out the little drone.
Yeah, so Anakaris takes his queen to inspect the castle, and Dimitri and Morrigan give chase, but Rikuo, this is where he is mourning Delphine because he thinks she's been turned into a hieroglyphic on the wall.
That's okay, because it fills him with righteous vengeance so that he can defeat the enemy.
Felicia loves all the cat statues, so Anakaris brings them to life. I would do that for my wife.
Yeah? Turn her into a cat lady?
No. Turn the cat statues to real cats.
Yeah, but then what you've done is created a cat lady, because there's 18 cats.
Oh, never mind. I'm not a cat person. Well, I like cats.
When you die, they're all gonna eat you.
I like cats, but I like dogs more.
You don't have to choose. You're allowed to like both.
I want to choose, Mel. You're misunderstanding. I'm choosing to choose.
Well, then that's a character flaw.
You're a character flaw.
Yeah, I'm your character flaw.
I think you liking cats and dogs equally is a character flaw.
Who said I liked them equally?
You said... Alright, never mind. So, a million cats attack Morrigan, which Dimitri finds very funny until they turn on him.
It is funny. They just pile on top of her.
The animation is so bad for like all of the cat attacks. You can tell that whoever animated that just didn't give a shit.
They've never seen a cat before.
It was very CDI Zelda.
Yeah. It's just like a still cat image flying through the sky.
Well, not only just that, but like all of the scenes, like the scenes where Dimitri's getting attacked and all the cats are jumping on him.
And he just kind of disappears.
It's just so bad.
Yeah.
But it's funny bad. You should watch it. Everyone watch it.
I loved the cats. I loved how they didn't forget that the cats existed.
The cats don't go away for the rest of the episode.
Yep. Including when the pyramid floods.
Yeah, it is nice that the cats stuck around, because I feel like in most shows like this, they'd be gone in the next scene.
Yeah, but they kept it as a great visual gag later.
Anakaris and Felicia leave again. Rikuo is dying because he hasn't had water in a long time.
Oh my god, fish people.
Dimitri and Morrigan are trapped at the top of a pillar by the cats. And I love that at this point, they're like not even villains anymore for the rest of this episode.
They've kind of tapped out. They're like, we got this cat thing going on. This is your problem.
Yeah, like Rikuo is like dying because he's drying up. And Dimitri and Morrigan are like, you should help him. It's like, yeah, all right, we've been trying to kill him up until now, but look, we're out now, so help him. Just do it.
We don't like this mummy guy either. We would rather him lose than win, so...
So Harry uses magic to make water. Again, like, when did he learn to do these things?
I think the trade-off is that he doesn't know how to stop the water, so we're supposed to believe he's still like some amateur wizard, but when did he learn to do it?
Yeah, when did he learn any of this? Felicia suddenly remembers Harry. Why did that happen? Because he did the water?
Maybe, and he like calls to her or something. I don't know, it was a really weak excuse.
Yeah. Rikuo fights Anakaris again, this time in the water. And then Morrigan's like, hey, do you think you could stop the water? But he don't know how to do that. Rikuo is still demanding to know what happened to Delphine, and Anakaris is like, who are you talking about?
You talking about my snake arms?
And yeah, Dimitri forces Morrigan to tell Rikuo that Delphine was all a trick, and this is where Rikuo finally understands. Even though I feel like this is like the second time he's been told.
He's really dumb.
He's really dumb. But he activates the self-destruct on the gem. Why does a gem have a self-destruct? We may never know.
Nobody knows. We don't even really know why this gem exists. It's a MacGuffin. You can change the password and make it self-destruct.
To be fair, I guess I haven't spent a lot of time in my life around gems. It's possible that this is perfectly normal.
This ruby is going to blow up in 12 seconds.
Maybe the crown jewels are kept up under such lock and key because if anyone ever figured out how to get them to self-destruct, it would be a big problem.
Or a small, relatively contained problem.
You don't know how big the explosion would be.
It's not that big, though, of a device. How densely packed with gunpowder do you think it is?
I don't know how volatile a gem is as an explosive. This one blows up pretty big. Or does it? No, I guess it doesn't really.
Like, the pyramid is still intact.
Yeah, and so's Anakaris, who was holding it. So, yeah, the gem is going to explode. Harry points out that it will kill them too. And then Rikuo's like, oh, oops. Then he swims them out. And Morrigan and Dimitri swim out too, pursued by the cats.
Oh, it's so funny. The cats just like float to the surface and then they all swim out together.
Anakaris is a big heavy guy, so he's just walking around at the bottom of the water. And he picks up the gem and then he realizes it's ticking, just as it explodes. Morrigan and Dimitri get beamed up. That's the last we see of them. He could have beamed them up earlier. Oh no, he couldn't beam them up earlier, could he? Because his systems got fried for a while.
So he magically fixed it in time to beam them up when it was no longer
Yeah, when it was no longer pressing. Maybe he didn't know that it was... Maybe he didn't know what was going on down there.
Maybe.
Because when Anakaris fired his I-beams up to space, it fried all of the ship's systems, so he couldn't beam them up anymore.
Well, then what perfect timing.
I know. That is just how life goes sometimes.
That's just life inside of a pyramid when you shoot your I-beams into space.
Yeah, listen, when you live inside a pyramid, sometimes you shoot your I-beams into space. Sometimes your pyramid gets flooded and then you pick up a gem and it explodes in your hands. Sometimes some little turtle kids kidnap your son and then you find a plumber and put him in a sarcophagus. And then he hops away and leaps 100 miles in the air out through the top of the pyramid somehow.
Yeah.
You can't explain it.
You can't explain it, but you know, if you're that plumber's brother, you can date it.
That's true. Why is it that every story we've watched that involved a mummy so far also involves that mummy falling in love with someone in the main cast?
That's just mummy lore. I feel like mummies and vampires have the same kind of problem where they're so old that it's assumed when a mummy is resurrected, when a vampire shows up, that their love of the past is long dead, and they're seeking to replace them with an exact replica. Like, you see that in vampire stuff all the time.
I guess I haven't really seen it in mummy stuff until we started doing this show.
I mean, The Mummy with Brendan Fraser?
I haven't seen The Mummy. Was that
You've never seen The Mummy?
No.
Wow.
Was that the same thing?
I thought I knew you. Like, he does try to resurrect his wife. I guess he doesn't fall in love with anybody in the main cast, but he has to use a member of the main cast to, like, steal the life from.
See, no, I'm talking specifically about mummy comes back to life and immediately mistakes someone for their lost love. That is the running thread that we've seen with mummies so far.
With all 2 mummies we've seen so far.
Hey, it's enough. It's a pattern. Right, well, we're going to have to find another mummy thing to watch and see if it happens again.
Wait. So, you said that this was written by the same guy that did the Cootie Pie episode. Did he also write the mummy segment?
Did he?
He's got one story up his sleeve, and he really wants to use it.
Wait, I don't think he... Let me look. Super Mario Brothers... Was that the Mario 3 show as well?
Yeah, that was the first section.
That was the same episode. No, they were written by different people.
Okay. Well, then maybe he just thought it was a really good idea.
Mind Your Mommy, Mario. No, it was written by Matt Uitz.
Wow, just the same story.
Yeah.
Except this one, he's also attracted to every fish person.
Yeah. So we're at the very end now. Harry's mom has finally made it to the pyramid to take some photos.
I love that Anakaris is just kind of standing in front of the pyramid. She's like, get out of my way!
Yeah, she's like, I'm here for the pyramid, not you.
Not you, historically accurate mummy.
He just walks off into the desert, embarrassed.
I am so embarrassed.
I did like that ending.
Yeah, it was pretty funny.
That ending endeared me to Anakaris. Or to this version of Anakaris, at least.
Like, how else do you handle a terminally crazy mummy except to just make him really weird and awkward?
Well, why did they make him terminally crazy in the first place? Because that's not a feature of his character in the games.
Because when you're a mummy and you've been locked in a pyramid for thousands of years, your brain is gone. They take it out of your nose and you're crazy now.
Hey, here, I'm going to read to you what the DarkStalkers wiki says about Anakaris' personality. Anakaris is a strong-willed, prideful person who cares about his people and his empire. He holds respect for good rivals and people with strong spirits and wills that dare to challenge him. As a pharaoh, he views himself as the embodiment of God, a messiah, and a good king. In fact, he believes in justice and bringing salvation to all of his followers, as noted in his winning quotes. He always has a somber mood, but acts calm and confident.
Yeah, that's the same guy. Did we watch the same show?
Yeah, I don't know where. I really want to know with the thought process.
I'm not convinced there was one.
I wonder if they just didn't know. If they just didn't know anything about this character and they were just like, we'll just do whatever.
Maybe, but like they know that Morrigan is Scottish. Did Anakaris just not have any winning quotes that are like, I am not a crazy mummy man?
Yeah, I think that's the exact quote. I am not a crazy mummy man. Wait, I've got some of his quotes here.
From the first game?
From the first game, there only seems to be one. And it says, "You misbegotten spawn of a jackal, crawl back into your hole."
I can see why they might think that he was prone to giving weird non sequitur happy hippopotamus blowing bubbles in your bottom or whatever based on that.
Yeah, I don't know. He keeps calling in the ones for the second game, which was out, I think was already out when the show started. He talks a lot about being a god and being supreme and invincible.
Well, then I don't know.
Oh no, wait, this is still the first game. Okay, these are all the first game.
Oh, well then they have no excuse.
Yeah, I don't know. Poor Anakaris.
Yeah, he got the short end of that stick.
Poor fans of Anakaris. But I want to see more of Lord Raptor.
Yeah, he hasn't really done anything yet.
No, we saw him briefly. And who else? Who else do I like? I don't know if Lilith is ever in this show.
We're working our way through the cast. We'll see him.
Yeah, no, I don't think Lilith is, because Lilith is from DarkStalkers 3. And I think this was pre-DS3. Because I know Lilith is popular with fans. Yeah, I don't know who a lot of these characters are. I want to know more about Darkstalkers, but I'm so bad at fighting games.
That's what I say every time we talk about fighting games.
Yeah, I love the characters, and I always want to know more about the stories of fighting games, but I'm so bad at them. Well, I think we're done. I think we did it. I think
we beat it.
At some point, we gotta go watch the anime.
I forgot there was one.
Yeah, it's I think there's only like 2 episodes, but it's a much more faithful adaptation than this is.
What?
I know, right?
I don't believe that for a second.
Well, thanks for joining us, everybody.
You're telling me there's no legacy?
No, there's not.
You're telling me Anakaris doesn't stay crazy forever and kiss fish people?
There's no legacy of this show. Stop asking. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it anymore.
It's too late. You have to. It's my job.
There's nothing. There's nothing happened. What if Harry made it into the next game?
I would protest. Even if I had no intention of buying the game, I would create so many sock puppet accounts to tell them I have no intention of buying the game.
You really want Wild Vision to be in the new Virtua Fighter game, but you don't want Harry to be in the new...
You don't want a catchy song, or you do want a catchy song, but you don't want the most annoying, terrible character ever? No, get him out of the roster.
Okay.
I would play as him exclusively to let things beat me up.
Well, thanks for joining us, everybody. Thank you to our Club VIPs, Mark Kelly and Jamie Kaur, and our Club Mesmeron, Eugene Latty.
Thank you.
We've had some responses on the Weird Freaks thing. Well, one response on the Weird Freaks thing.
Yeah, and 100% of respondents are okay with it.
So, but you know, if the rest of you have anything to say about being called Weird Freaks,
too late.
Mel has declared it settled.
It's a success.
But we're also recording this the same day that episode went up, so there hasn't been a lot of time for anybody to respond.
Listen, you snooze, you lose.
If you'd like to join being called a weird freak, you can head to patreon.com/superbreakfastfriendsclub and join our cult.
Yeah. If you would like to contest being called a weird freak, you have to join.
You have to join and register your complaint.
I won't hear it otherwise.
Well, you won't hear it either way.
That's true. I need to be told it by a third party.
I'm Skull Pirate Mike, and I'm on the internet doing stuff all the time with my hands, mostly with my hands, sometimes with my mouth.
Cool.
Find me.
Or don't.
No, do. Don't give them the option to not.
Alright, but when I find your apartment and stand outside the windy, I don't want to hear you complaining.
I wouldn't complain about that. Not if it was you.
Okay.
You're
Yeah,
no
but
threat to me.
You're telling everyone to find you. I've
Well-
got numbers on my side.
Alright. Alright. You already have my address.
Yeah? That's not a funny bit, okay?
Okay. Bye. Can't believe you.
What did I do this time?
I don't know, I haven't decided yet.
You can't just accuse me of crimes you haven't made up.
It wasn't a crime. I didn't say there was a crime.